Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar. Literally, look at her. Y'all, I'm taking my hair down today. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let it breathe for a week or two, and then I'm gonna do the style that I have been wanting to do. We gonna see how it go, cause I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not gonna have to work, or I shouldn't. Like, unless some random situation pop off, I shouldn't have to work on my days off. And I don't anticipate no date or nothing happening, so whatever. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm gonna take these out. This ain't gonna take that long. It might take an hour, if that, for me to take these out. But yeah. So anyway, let me tell you all about what's been going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a trigger warning, I guess, of sorts, because I don't know how I'm going to react, because I tried to do this video a couple of days ago and I was highly upset the day that I made it because it was so fresh and it happened. And it got to the point where I was about to black out on somebody, because it's like, why are you trying to test my gangster like this? Like, but anyway, I'm gonna start off on a good note first, on positive things, and then I'm gonna go into the foolishness. So, if you want to, you can take your time, get your tea and all that stuff ready, get your snacks. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell y'all about what happened, because people stay trying to try me, and I'm just like, I'm not the one. Like, I really had to come out of character a little bit, and I never thought I would do that, because I really, but people like that tend to try to dig it out of you. So then when you go there, they looking at you like you crazy, and it's like, no, don't look at me like I'm crazy. You tried me. So anyway, again, I'm starting on a good note. So one of the three amigos, I work with him basically every day that I work up until his last day of the work week. His last day of the work week is on Thursdays. Okay. So I think on that Thursday, it was either Wednesday or Thursday of this week. I don't remember what day. Anyway, one of the days that he was working on, we were talking, and I don't remember if I told y'all this or not, but I had always been curious as to what his wife and his child looked like. And I wanted it to organically come up where he just showed me. And the opportunity presented itself this past week that just went by, right? So he was telling me, oh, my son looks like a mixture of me and my wife and blah, blah, blah. But to me, more so my wife than me. And I'm like, okay. So I'm looking. He's showing me the son. I'm like, oh, I want to see what the wife look like. I really want to know what the wife look like. Show me the wife. His wife is gorgeous. Like, when I tell y'all, I could not. I was just like, she fine. I'm talking about body fine, face was everything, hair was everything. I was like, wow. They have an amazing house. Like, and he young. He in his early 30s. And I'm like, I know that's right. Set it all for his wife and his son. So he begins to give me background, which I wasn't expecting, because like I told y'all, I only wanted to know what they look like. Man, this man started telling me how they met and all this other stuff. Y'all, you wouldn't have been able to pay me to be able to guess that this was how they met and how the situation popped off. So long story short is that he met her on Facebook, but she was dating his cousin, like, I don't know, like a couple of years prior. But the cousin took her down through there. He was cheating on her day in and day out for no reason. And she waited a year until they had sex for them to have sex or whatever. Then the sex was trash. And I was just like, wait a minute, wait. And so, like, he always was cheating on her, treating her bad. And ever since that experience, luckily, it didn't harden her heart. But the only thing that it changed about her is that she definitely don't take no mess. And it's like every now and again, it's like she'll put her foot down and be like, all right now, like, just to make sure you know, like, I ain't to be trifled with. And it's all because of her experience with his cousin. Now, he took it upon himself to say, well, I don't know if you know this or not, but you used to date my cousin. And so she was definitely leery once he said that, because it's like, shoot, maybe you like your cousin. Maybe you are exactly like him. But he was like, had I known you, I would have told you that my cousin was like that. But yeah, I didn't know you and whatever, right? And he had to explain to her, like, I'm the complete opposite of him. Like, I'm nothing like him. And he don't play that at all. He lives for his kid. He lives for his wife. Ever since I've been there, ever since he's been working there, he has never looked at another woman. This man don't never talk about, ooh, well, this person fine. And see, for me, I'm the type of person that even if I was in a monogamous relationship, serious relationship with somebody, I am not against somebody saying, oh, well, that person fine. You got eyes. As long as you ain't lusting after them and trying to do stuff behind my back and cheat, I have no issue with you saying that somebody fine or any of that. But he don't even do that. Like, he don't even look in these people direction. He is very nice, very sweet, and like he always down to help. Like, you ain't gotta ask him. Like, he is, and that's why I was like, wait a minute, because when he first started divulging the information, I was like, I said, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Stop the conversation. Where are you from? Because the things that you saying to me ain't nothing that I ever heard nobody from Virginia say. Because my experience with Virginia dudes is that they are trash. I'm just like, in every aspect, all of them act the same, sound the same, about the same thing. And I'm just like, no. This man is originally from 45 minutes the other one direction, and his wife is 45 minutes another direction. And I was just like, I can't. So he done showed me what the wife looked like. She fine. From head to toe, everything about her fine. The baby is gorgeous. I was just like, what in the world? Like, he is everything that I have ever thought that I would have been able to have as a man. And I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? What in the world? So anyway, y'all, I just wanted to begin with that on a good note. Because the other amigo, because, you know, we are the three amigos, me, him, and this other dude. The other one, he got a girlfriend, they live together, and they have a child. They have a young child as well. He has a daughter. But yeah, he be out here. I don't know if he's been actively having sex with nobody as of late, but he be flirting and doing the most, and questionable things might have been going on. It wouldn't surprise me if anything is actually actively going on right now, but him and the girlfriend, baby mama, or whatever he wants to identify her as at any given moment, they be having their moments, and I don't know. But he's the complete opposite of the other amigo. So anyway, y'all. So let me go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty. Here go the foolishness. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to tell y'all something random that just happened this morning. So this woman was talking about this perfume that I used to wear. Like, when I used to wear it, I found out about it in college. I told y'all about it before. It was this perfume. It was this oil, body oil. It was cheap. And I wanted to know what it was, because my friend that I told y'all about that I've been friends with for the last 20-some years, the first person that greeted me when I first attended Alabama State University, she and I are still friends to this day. Like, no issues, no arguments, no nothing. So anyway, one day she was wearing it, and I said, what is that you got on? She would not tell me. Now, I didn't know why she wouldn't tell me. I don't think it was because there was going to be a fear of her wearing it and I'm wearing it at the same time or anything like that. But I think it was because of what it's called. I don't know. But anyway, so I am very passionate about perfumes and stuff like that. So I hunted it down. I'm talking about, we had gone on trips and things with the organization that she and I were a part of and everything. I had gone to perfume stores and all this other stuff trying to find it, not knowing I could find it in the hood or at some random beauty supply store. So one day I'm looking at this stuff, I was like, this is what it is. I think I might have paid $1 something or $2 something then for the little bottle that I bought then. Like, you can still buy it for cheap now. And it still hold the same power. Anytime I whip that out and throw it on, the people be losing their mind to this day. So I said all that to say this. I've been wearing this for 20-some years, okay? Sporadically, whenever I'm in the mood to wear it. This girl gonna say, this woman, I guess I'll be respectful, say this woman gonna say, I don't see the hype. I ain't all that to me. I told this one woman, I said, well, it must be your body chemistry or something, because I could wear it right now. I've been wearing it for 20 years. I could wear it right now and everybody lose their entire mind whenever I wear it. And that's on everything I love. Like, for real, I don't know what it is, but the people lose their entire mind every single time I wear it. I don't know what it is. But then me and this other woman got into it. And I was just like, girl, it ain't even that deep. So she gonna say it smells musky to her. This particular fragrance ain't got the first hint of a musk in it. It smells delicious. Like, if it ain't smelling delicious on you, and I straight up told her, I didn't even try to come at her sideways when everything first happened. When she said that, she said, it ain't all that to me. It smelled musky on me. And I was just like, oh, well, somebody must have got you, because that ain't, it don't give all musk at all. What I said, ain't a bit of musk in sight or something I said. And so she was like, well, that's the way it smelled on me, da 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 da. And so all I'm trying to say to her and convey is that you probably got the wrong product from somebody. They probably got over on you, because that's not what that fragrance gives at all. It doesn't give that off at all. You could wear that all literal day. It does not change. You know how sometimes you'll wear a perfume and as the day progresses, whether your body heats up or you cool off, it might change how it smells. It don't do that with that. It smells the same way all literal day. It don't matter what you doing, it smells the same. Well, she gonna try to tell me when it dries down, that's what it smelled like on her. And I was like, that's not how this works when it comes to that. Like, it smells the same all literal day. I could take my clothes off right now. My sister will attest to this. I would never tell my sister what the name of this stuff was. To this day, I still ain't told her. I said, I'll buy it for you, whatever, whatever. So back in the day, she wanted to know what it was. Because she was like, well, whenever you take your clothes off, I still smell it on your clothes. That's how good it smells and how long lasting it is, da-da-da-da-da, whatever, right? And I was like, I'm not going to tell you the name of it, but I'll buy you a bottle. So I did, and I took the label off. Like I do for my own stuff. I ain't going to lie to you. For 20 years, whenever I buy that stuff, I take the label off. I know what it's called. So it's not like it's going to be, oh, dang, what's the name of that stuff? No, it has a very specific smell. Don't nothing else smell like it. There are other companies out there like the Fragrance Bar. And yes, I did name drop. That's a Black-owned business that every single last one of their fragrances is something that you can get at the store. Everything that I have ever gotten from the house store, that's what they got, and be having the audacity to sell it as if it is something that they have created. And I just be like, girl. And the people have been very shocked. They were like, oh, it smells so good. Then one of them, like this particular fragrance that I'm talking about right now, for whatever reason, they cut it. Like, they cut it so much that it's like a hint of it. Like, I can smell it. I'm like, dang, that smell like that. But they've cut it. So it's not even as aromatic as it should be. I don't even know if I'm using that in the right way because I don't never even really say aromatic. But anyway, it ain't smelling as strong as it should. And it definitely don't last as long as it should. So I'm just like, girl, And once I realized that, I said, well, absolutely not. I threw every single last one of them in the trash can, because what you're not finna do is play in my face when I can go straight to the house store and get these same exact things that y'all been sitting up here. All y'all been doing is emptying out the bottles that y'all buying in bulk, cutting some of them or something, but y'all going to some, I don't know where they going to, who their distributor is as far as who they go and get the oil made from, or if they take it upon themselves to give them a sample of the oils that I particularly have purchased and have smelled my entire life that I wouldn't dare pay for from somewhere else, paying more than $2 and $3 for a lies. And it's the same stuff. I refuse. Once I realized that, when I tell you I was so mad, I threw that stuff in the trash can as hard as I could. I know one of the bottles broke. I know it did. But I was pissed off because I was like, why did it smell like this? And why did it smell like that? And I'm talking about old school stuff that I've been smelling for the last 20 something years. But you're trying to pass it off as if it's something that you've created. I'm sorry, y'all, that made me upset. But anyway, so me and the woman going back and forth. And she gonna try to say to me, well, why you gonna tell me? How you gonna try to tell me that my opinion of how I smell is wrong? And I'm like, I'm simply trying to tell you that whatever you have purchased is not this same oil that is being discussed right now, because it does not give off a musk of any kind. Like, ma'am, that's all I'm saying to you. I'm not trying to come at you sideways. I'm just telling you that somebody did you dirty and gave you something that you are interpreting as something else that's not actually the case. So she really got upset about it. And I was just like, girl, I just had to start laughing at it, because I was like, because she was like, oh, well, you got it. And I started laughing because it's like, girl, like, what are you talking about? You're wrong. Somebody got you. That's all I'm trying to convey. And other people have been coming behind me and been saying the same thing, because it don't give off musk nowhere, and it is everything. And unless your body chemistry just trash when it comes to stuff or something like that and mix it with it, then you should get the same reaction I get, because people be acting a fool when I wear that stuff to this day. So anyway, that was something hilarious that happened this morning. But anyway, on to the foolishness. Okay, so this had to have been like Friday. Had to have been Friday. Minding my business. Wait a minute. I don't even know what day. It might have been Friday, Thursday or Friday, because his vacation started. Oh, I don't know what day. Anyway, one of the days last week. So my partner gone, one of the three amigos. He on vacation. He done took off for his birthday and all this other stuff. Cool. So minding my business, doing what I'm supposed to do. And so I'm running one side of the department. Now, when I first came in, I was told that my side of the department would not be operational and that the other side of the department would be. But if something were to go down, they would make my side operational and it will be bare minimum, barely going on, whatever. I was like, oh, okay, which means it was pretty much going to be down and not operational, right? Well, almost immediately after I got in there, that was the complete opposite, which I always expect them to all of a sudden magically want to fix something and do the most when I'm there. They want me to work. But hey, that is what it is. I know what I'm supposed to do. As long as the machines and things doing what they're supposed to do, I'm good. Well, as I keep trying to explain to people, instead of what I should have to do, I end up having to do 5 to 10 jobs at the same time, which I shouldn't have to do none of that. And I have to be, it's like somehow I'm supposed to be in all these places at once because stuff is popping off. But in order to make sure that I'm making the goal or allowing or helping to make the goals that they set out for us to make, I'm doing all of this. And so it got to a point where Sub started setting it off, okay? Sub started setting it off. There was no way for me to continue to be operational. I had to shut it down. I ended up having to call maintenance. I told them what the situation was, right? He said, okay, I'm on my way. He came over there pretty quickly. And it's crazy because depending on what's going on, I'm very specific when I call them. I told him that there was something in particular going on. I told him the issue that was going on, but I told him that basically, if you pay attention, and I don't know, I'm one of those people that I know about little things that you wouldn't even think of checking that could be a part of the problem that you could fix on your own. That's what I did. So I made sure to specify that this was something that did not affect that, and it was still happening despite the fact that I troubleshooted and I was doing all of these things. Well, he gonna come over there. Like I said, he came over there pretty immediately. He came over there pretty fast or whatever. And so he was like, well, if you keep it set at this will work. And I'm saying to myself, I just told you that that's not the case, but go off though. But go off though. So I just rolled my eyes. I really did. Like I'm trying not to go there again because he really be making me want to black out and black his eyes, stomp him down into the ground and some more. So anyway, I rolled my eyes and, turned and looked and was doing some stuff. So he just started my whole area back up. Do what you do. So again, everything is still happening. You watching something for 0.2 seconds saying, oh, it's fixed. No, it's not though. So anyway, I ended up calling him a second time. The situation still wasn't fixed. And I made sure to specify that even though he had put that, did what he did, made the adjustment that he feels as though he's made the adjustment, that it's still happening. And that I did not touch anything. Nothing has been readjusted or whatever. I didn't do nothing. So the situation is still happening, right? So he come over there. And, whatever, right? And I'm like, all righty, do what you do. So the situation still ain't happened because I think I told y'all about the last time. Because he really tried me. Like something was about to blow up and he tried to play in my face. I did tell y'all about that, yeah. But anyway, so this is a whole nother day. This happened last week because today is the first week of the new week. So anyway, he came over there. Now keep in mind, y'all, there's a whole person with him that's being trained by him. I don't understand for the life of me why they keep placing anybody with him as if he knows what he's doing when he doesn't. He shouldn't even be at this job. He's had sexual harassment stuff against him. They took him out of work for a month and a half, suspended with no pay behind this situation. But y'all brought him back because I thought he had gotten fired. And then he appeared. I was like, what is he doing back? I'm confused. So anyway, and speaking of woo child, something just happened. Woo child, that's all. I don't know what I'm gonna tell y'all about that because I'm trying to get more evidence and things to see, what it's hidden for. So anyway, so I done had to have this man to come back over here again. He gonna come over there, make it seem like the situation ain't happening, and like I said, there's somebody with him that they have him training, and I'm just like, I just got to the point. I'm just like, I'm tired. So I was like, he tried to walk off. He came over there for 0.2 seconds and just tried to walk off. I said, it's still happening. Like, I really am talking to him. I said, it's still happening. It's right here. He was like, what'd you say? I said, it's still happening. Like, right here. So then, all because it wasn't happening for 0.2 seconds, it's like he rolled his eyes and walk off. I said, I got something for you. So what I'm going to do is this. So I started recording because that's something that we used to be able to do at my last job. I would record the situation because it would be so weird how this would happen. You'll have a situation popping off that you definitely needed maintenance to come and rectify. You need to come over here and fix this right now. Like, this is ridiculous. And they'll get over there and it's like the situation will stop happening. Okay. But like I said, he don't stay over there long enough to see nothing. Like, he'll glance and then go on by his business. Like, and I'm just like, bruh, it's really happening. I'm standing here. I've been here all day. I have to deal with this all day. It is happening. It is happening several times within 1 minute. That's not normal at all. This shouldn't be happening at all. Something is wrong. And to boot, I have actually looked in specific areas and I'm noticing that I'm hearing something and I'm seeing something at a certain point where it's happening, right? But of course, as I've told y'all before, I can't get a word in edgewise to tell him nothing. He want to walk off. He don't want to listen to nothing nobody's saying because he getting paid more than me because he's a maintenance person. But I be knowing though. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what I need to do in some of the cases to fix it. I ain't got the tools. All I know is that this is happening, but you ain't paying attention to it though. You know what I'm saying? I'm troubleshooting and I'm seeing these things going off and happening, but you ain't paying attention. But go off though. But he gonna say, oh, it's fixed. So I'm highly upset at this point. I'm pissed off. So the person that I'm paired up with this day, he was like, you good? I was like, no, I ain't good. Like, and I'm over here pointing to him, showing him actively as this situation is happening. And I had already started recording. I kept recording as the situation was going on. He was like, look at that. You see that? This is what's been happening for the last however many hours. But he gonna come over here. I already called him over here several times and he ain't fixing it. So I got loud. I got buck or whatever. Because when I have to relive something because somebody want to know what's going on, sometimes I get real loud about it. And like, it takes me to a place. So I did. And I was like, and this is why, I'm really going off. So he was like, man, that's crazy. Like, he was like, I see. So then I ended up having to go to break. Well, wait a minute, back up. Before I went to break, somebody came around and they were like, hey, y'all have some training that y'all got to do. And so I didn't know what was going on. I had heard that he had done this with some other people, but I didn't know he had to do nothing with me. So he had done it with the dude that was training with me, well, that was partnered up with me that day. So then he was like, all right, it's your turn. And he said my name. So I got my music in one ear and I was like, I know this man ain't called my name. I was like, are you talking to me? He was like, yeah, it's your turn. And you know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. And I was like, what is this about? And so I'm still actively like looking in my area because I'm like, stuff is still popping off. I still got to watch my area, like what is going on. And so he told me what it's about. And I was like, well, I don't understand why we doing it like this. We normally have to do this on the computer and all this other stuff. I had already completed all that. I'm looking like, what is we talking about? And I explained to him that, like, I'm gonna have to turn this off. Like, if this is something that I gotta actually pay attention to, like, I'm not gonna have time to tend to my area. He was like, oh no, keep it running. I was like, no, you're not understanding. I've called maintenance over here several times. There's an active issue happening right now that is going to prevent all of this from going the way it needs to go, unless I'm standing here watching every single part of the department run, because there are several places that I have to keep going to all throughout the day because he won't fix nothing over here. So he actually was over there on the other side trying to fix old boy's side of the department. And so he asked him, would he watch my side from? He was like, yeah, I got you. So then I'm highly upset. So he asked me, was I all right? I was like, no, I'm not. And so I kind of started telling him what was going on. He was like, well, did you talk to his supervisor? Because I told him he'd been over there all those times. And I had already told him what he gonna say ain't gonna be it. Because it's like, it got to the point, I already know what you're gonna say. I already know you're gonna be like, oh, well, this speed needs to be at this speed. And this needs to be adjusted to this right here. So don't move it. Like, nah, bro, I already did all of that. I already did all the troubleshooting that you gonna do. The bare minimum, and then some that you ain't even thought of doing, and ain't none of it working. But you're going to try to tell me because you were over there for 0.2 seconds that this is where it needs to be. No, it's not. So anyway, I done told him, no, I haven't talked to his supervisor because in my mind, it ain't going to do no good. It's not going to work. It's going to be a waste of my breath. Why should I? So then, get to the point, we just get back to what we need to talk about. So there was training that I need to do that had to do with that particular part of the department and the part of the department where I have to, fill in for people. So I had to like step away and all that. So it might have been a matter of like 20 minutes tops where I had to step away while old boy was tending to my area for me. So I come back And so I'm, back dealing with my area, whatever. So eventually I go on break, still dealing with the foolishness. And I'm just like, I'm over it. Cause he had gone to break, and then when he came back, he was like, "Oh, well, you can go ahead and go to break, y'all. We were going through hell and then some. Like, Lord, it just when it comes to the breaks and everything, they be doing the least, and I can't. I got to talk to somebody that deals with our scheduling or something because we be left alone, struggling and destitute. Like, we be having to struggle and fight to try to get our breaks, and they try to lessen our breaks to nothingness. They be worried about our breaks instead of worried about handing us some more money for all the work we be putting in. Like, y'all understand that my check is like $200 and some dollars less than what it was before. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm not finna do nothing extra. Y'all think I'm finna come over here? Y'all gonna work the mule out of me? No, I'm tired. I'm tired in my spirit. So what we not finna do is that. Like, so anyway, this maintenance man or whoever gonna come over here and fix this. So anyway, I ended up going on my lunch break. When I came back from my lunch break, the supervisor was over there. One of the other maintenance men was over there, and two other maintenance men was over there with the raggedy excuse for a maintenance man over on the other side trying to work and get the other guy's side up. So as soon as I got over there, I could barely touch my radio to turn my radio on. He was like, "Hey, Blenda, so what's going on is," and so he proceeded to explain to me what was going on, where it was happening at, which was the same area that I already knew that the situation was happening at because I was paying attention. Okay. And I just felt vindicated because he was like, "Yeah, a whole part in there had broken some more," because I'm hearing a click. I'm hearing some kind of clicking noise and all kinds of other foolishness that you're not supposed to hear. So obviously something is broken, right? Yeah, but since he won't let nobody get a word out, you can't get a word in edgewise, then, of course he wouldn't know that. So anyway, I felt vindicated. And I told him, I said, I've been trying to tell him that something was going on. And he trying to tell me that the speed it was at was what the problem was, and it wasn't. And I was standing there fighting for my life. Don't nobody need to go through this. And what has gotten to a point of a lot of people are realizing that, because I was talking to my partner. When I say my partner, it's the person I used to always talk about. So old boy ended up calling out. I don't know what was going on with him. I think he finna be fired. I'll let y'all know about that. The dude who I just told y'all about, who, took my spot, and then he ended up breaking me out. Because he didn't show up to work. They ended up putting him back there. My partner hates that department. He hates it with a passion. But anyway, we didn't have much to do yesterday, which was great. And he was on that side, that crazy part of the department. So I was helping him at will or whatever. So after we were done, we had a lot of stuff we had to do. So we didn't have nothing going on at the moment. So I explained to him what was going on, what happened. And he was like, "You know what? I think what's going on is that you are just one of those people that you see a situation going on that other people have been just fighting it and they just didn't call maintenance for, and you called it and you say, okay, I'm gonna call maintenance for this because it's something that need to be fixed anyway." And I was like, yeah, like he be getting me. Like, I'm just like, I'm so sick of y'all. Y'all really think I need to just be over here? Y'all really have the audacity to, first of all, try to make it seem like I'm tearing something up for what? What does that get me? Why would I tear something up so that I have to fight it all day? That don't make no sense. Are you crazy? You have to be stupid at this point. You must be smoking dope, crack, and shooting up heroin, as the people like to say, in order for you to think this way. Like, what is going on here? But yeah, I'm just glad that other people be seeing it for what it is, because other stuff be popping off, other stuff be tearing up, be in the process of tearing up, and by the time I get there, that's when it really gets unleashed and unhinged. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But anyway, y'all, I finally told y'all about how my week went. I'm glad it's over with. I'm going to take my hair down and try to enjoy the rest of my weekend. Y'all have a good day. Bye.